What's up, guys? Oh, just got home from church. It's Sunday. I rode the Sporty, and I decided to put the half shell on the table, grab the full face. I can get the camera. We'll take you along for a little. I gotta get some light bulbs. So here it is. Here's the 2003 100th anniversary edition Sportster. And it's a little rough around the edges. Got rust on some small components here or there. But overall, she's pretty clean bike. Less than 10,000 miles. Probably coming right up on 10,000 now that I've been riding it. Yeah, we've already put some handlebars on here. It had some butt corns on here that were just awful. And we've added the TC Bros air cleaner and breather bolt kit. So got that on there. And we'll take it for a ride. Bring y'all along for a ride. I've been riding the wheels off of it since I got it. So this isn't the first Sportster I've ever had. It's the second, which is a somewhat interesting statistic. It's the first time I've ever owned the same bike twice. Out of all the bikes I've owned, which has been a lot, or a fair number anyways, I've never owned the same bike twice. At least not, if we're not counting things like, I don't know, kids' dirt bikes or stuff like that, four-wheelers, just stuff that I have bought to flip or just tool around the yard on. But actual, going out and buying like a motorcycle for me, I've never owned the same model twice until now. So yeah, sold the Kawasaki W800, sold it for what I paid for it. Put 1,000 miles on it and had it for like 8 months and ended up cutting even on it. It's very rare that you can do that on a brand new machine with the way the market is right now, and there kind of being a shortage of some models and some bikes. It just worked out where I was able to do that. We used, my wife wanted a new bedroom suit, so I was like, I'll sell the W. Like I said, ended up being able to get back what I had in it and paid for it. And I was like, I'll buy something cheaper. And, I'll spend like half of that money on another bike, and we'll take the other half of that money and buy a new mattress and a new bedroom suit. So that's what we did. So I ended up, I wanted something I could tinker with. If you followed along for the channel, you kind of know I like to tinker with stuff. Between modifications I'm making to bikes or buying bikes to flip for a profit, I kind of like to wrench on stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna get something a little older, maybe something carbureted, something that not necessarily needs tinkering to run or anything, but something that I can give me something to tinker with. And I think by giving myself something that's extremely customizable, extremely easy to tinker with, a slew of parts available and all this other stuff, maybe I'll keep it for a little while longer. And I do really like this bike. I searched, when I started thinking, maybe Sportster again, I thought, well, I would really like, if I'm going to have carbureted, I would really like to just go ahead and try to find a 100th anniversary. For those of you who don't know, these were carbureted up until 06 or 06 and 07, something like that. And so 100th anniversary is 2003, even though technically in my mind it's 2004, because Harley can't prove they built a thing, they can't prove they sold a thing until 1904. But that's neither here nor there. Anyways, bike sounds amazing. I ain't got a clue what kind of slip-ons it's got on it. They don't say Screaming Eagle on it. They don't say Vance and Hines on them. I don't know if these bikes came with a louder set of unmarked slip-ons from the factory, with them being some kind of anniversary edition. I don't know. Don't have a clue. Like I said, there's no markings on it, so there's no way for me to know. If you're watching this and you know, then let me know, because I don't know. What else? So yeah, that's I was thinking, you know, carbureted. If I'm gonna get carbureted, I might as well try to find 100th anniversary. And I found some. I just didn't like them. There's a blue on blue. They're all two-tone paint. Two-tone, air quotes. Even if it's the same color, top and bottom tone. They're all two-tone, separated by a stripe and the 100th anniversary logo on the side of the tank. Blue on blue, black on black, and then this is silver on black. And I wanted the silver on black. I found a black on black in Kentucky that only has like 1,900 miles on it, and the price on it was sweet. But I would have had to drive from Alabama to Kentucky, and I didn't like the black on black because at a glance you couldn't even tell it was the 100th anniversary because it just looks black with a pinstripe down the side of the tank. Like, it's whatever. So I kind of wanted it to, you know, be obvious, and the silver and black, in my opinion, is the best color. My previous Sportster was 08. When I was looking at buying my 08, I was looking at two. There was an 883 100th anniversary that was blue on blue, and I didn't like it either. And I ended up choosing to, at the time I didn't have deep pockets, or I still don't have deep pockets, but I was like 17, so I really didn't have deep pockets. I chose to splurge and spend the extra money. Not that I liked the 08 that much more, but that I disliked the blue on blue of that particular anniversary edition Sportster. So it is what it is. I'm not saying they're totally ugly in that color scheme. It's just not the one that does it for me. So yeah, like I said, I put a set of bars on it. It had a set of, I think they're the stock bars, and they were just buckhorns. And I didn't mind buckhorns on the XV250, the Virago 250, whatever you want to call it. I didn't mind the buckhorns that were on it, but the buckhorns that were on this were awful. And I do mean absolutely, like, piss poor awful. Couldn't stand it. So I ordered a set of bars right away. I knew I was going to be running this air cleaner, and so I went ahead and ordered that. Ordered the bars from J&P Cycles. Didn't have to extend cables. It's already got braided cables on it, or none of those braided cables, I guess, really matter except for the brake line, other than aesthetics. And yeah, it's a real clean bike. I'm really happy with it so far. Ride's good. I had to do some tweaking with the air cleaner. I've got a jet video out that's doing piss poor, but that's fine on installing jets on it. I don't know what else I'm going to do to it next. I've got a few small knickknacks. Later on this evening, I'm going to be extending the idle screw. It's very, I don't know if they're all this way. I'm almost thinking I might have a slight vacuum leak around the intake manifold. If you go out and ride it for like a half hour, I mean, the bike's fully warm after a few minutes of riding. But if you go out and ride it like a half hour, you don't notice it. If you go out for like an hour and a half, or if you get stuck in a lot of stop and go traffic and it gets even hotter, the engine starts getting really hot, it starts idling a little high. And I don't know if they all do that. I don't know. Like I said, it may be a very slight intake manifold leak or something. Also, sometimes when you turn the key off, or if you hit the engine kill switch, you don't have to be the key. Either way, sometimes when you turn it off, it'll shut off. Like it shuts off, and then it fires like 3 or 4 times. So I'm wondering if that could be also some kind of little vacuum leak. When it's running, it runs fine, and it's always running. Like, it don't ever fail to start or anything. I just don't know exactly what that issue is. So I've got a few small tweaks and things I need to figure out over the course of time. But other than that, you know, a good, reliable bike. I'm happy with it so far. I'm more than happy with it so far. I'd say ecstatic. I was super happy to be able to find such a low mileage anniversary edition, and it ended up being like 3 doors down from my in-laws, so that was great. It's like I didn't have to make some kind of special trip off somewhere to go find it, so that was good. And yeah, just kind of happy to bring y'all along for a little ride. Let's see what happens when I shut it off. Didn't do it that time. Doesn't do it every time. So we run here and get this light bulb. Alright, so here's the parts we got to do our extended idle adjustment screw. So here's the factory. I've set a nylon washer, or a bolt rather, to the same length. Took the spring off, put the spring over here. These came from Lowe's. You're looking at an M4 by 0.7, 60 millimeters long, M4 by 0.7. Each pack of these is $2, so $4 instead of spending $20 to order one of these. Hadley, you gotta be quiet when Daddy's filming. So there we go, let's put it on the bike. All right, so here we are at the bike. You can see, let me try to highlight it for you. Right here, that's where we're aiming for. What's gonna be hard is keeping the spring on here until we get to the thread.
Okay.
Okay, Adley.
Don't see something on the side of your truck, okay? Okay? Just stay over here with me.
Stay over here with you, okay.
Yeah, don't go over there. So I'm staying over here with you.
Okay.
I'm finished. Now don't go over there. Can I hold this?
Yeah, hang on. Alright, as you can see, there's the final product, and we should be able to make fine-tune adjustments with a pocket knife now that we can access it. I stuck my glove on here to see if I'd be able to adjust it by hand. Kinda. So, definitely though, easier to reach without having to carry a screwdriver with you. It's not quite as good as buying something aftermarket that's got a very large knurled head on it or something for you to get with your fingers, but it is better than nothing. I could probably put another nylon nut on it and run that nut all the way up to the head. That way I've got a bit more mass to grab onto, but for now I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, should be able to reach it with a pocket knife or something if you're out on the road, so make it a little easier.